Hi everyone, this is Sierra at Art and Affirmations by Sierra. I am coming on today to show you or kind of walk you through my process for creating this art journal page for the Get Messy May challenge that's going on. Check my Instagram feed at Art and Affirmations by Sierra to kind of know more about this. So today's prompt was Garner. And so I took it as just gathering things that I am working with right now and things that I'm liking. And what I did was I grabbed a bunch of scrap papers that I was working with in my journal. And I'm always trying to find new ways to work with my scraps. I have a really hard time throwing my scraps away. So I have like so many scraps. So I decided here that I was going to do some, putting together some fun little, I don't know that word, ephemera? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Anywho, I'm taking a little bit of my scraps and cutting out cards, cutting out words from a calendar. So just all these little things that I'm gathering together to create this page of fun and exploration. So come along with me. I'll kind of pop in and there telling you kind of the process of what I'm going through, but you'll see me kind of pull things and get ideas and trying to figure out how I want to put it together. And that's part of the enjoyment and fun of journaling to me. I get a lot of joy out of that. That little piece right there is a little watercolor that my daughter did. So kind of playing around, seeing if I like it, seeing what works. And as you go through and watch me, you'll see I don't really use everything I'm pulling out. I just kind of intuitively work with what I have and lay it on the page and decide where and how I want to put it on the page. So that leaf was cut out of a card that my husband got from his employer. It was like a Happy Nurses Week card. And so I'm now taking it to the sewing machine. I love adding stitching, and it's a good way to get all your scraps together instead of just gluing it on. It gives it a little extra piece of funness and creativity to it. So I take it to my sewing machine and I just stitch the paper, and you'll see. So obviously this isn't a step if you don't sew or um, don't if you want to try it and you have a sewing machine, go for it. It's kind of a fun little element to add stitching to. Now on this other side, this is also a way that I use up my scraps. So I gathered all my scraps together of what I was using on this Get Messy May journal and just kind of putting it all together, tearing off pieces. And I will take this one to the sewing machine as well. So in order to make, I call them my scrap strips. So I'm incorporating some of the other pages I've used just so there's balance. Sorry, that was my phone's dinging. So there's balance throughout the page and symmetry and just tying it all together, which I like to do. I loved this bird, which was part of a magazine That is one of my pages in my journal, so I didn't want to cover that up. I really liked that bird, and that bird is kind of gathering, you know, things that he needs. So I felt that it kind of went with the prompt and the theme. I cut this strip here because it was just a little too fat. So I just made it thinner and then went back to putting all my little scrap pieces on there. I love nature, and so a lot of the stuff I do incorporates some sort of nature, whether it's flowers, um, leaves, little pieces of nature. It's hard to tell in this picture, but I'm cutting out a little bit more of that card that has the lined leaf doodling on it that I had for the other page. Again, just to kind of tie those pages together. More music paper. I love using music paper in my journal spreads. Good place to find music paper is at the thrift store. I find a lot of my art journaling stuff at the thrift store. I am a kind of a thrift store junkie. Shout out, put it in the comments if you are too. But there's just, you never know what you're going to find, and it's so exciting. I love to find different papers and stuff to use, and I don't know, I just love it. This was that last piece is a brown paper bag. So really just kind of grab whatever scraps you have, gather whatever you have to make these scrap sticks, or strips, I should say. When I first started doing scrap strips, you can see here all my little pieces are falling off. You can glue it down onto your strip and then come back and just put a sewing stitch through it. This is just the way I've done it, but that could be easier if you're first starting to just glue it down. I might actually try that next time and see if that works a little bit better for me too, because I was really fumbling over all of these little scrap pieces. So you just saw, I just found a quote that I liked. Try new things. What is it? I have to see. Try something new each day. And I just then took that scrap strip and glued it on the edge of that that side of the art journal spread. And just here, just making some little color swatches, because that was also part of the prompt of the, I can't remember her name. If you'll see it over on my Instagram story, the name of the gal who shared her inspiration with us. So I just added some more color swatches to the page, that little thing I made. I didn't really like that red, so I just fixed it, put some more turquoise on it. That's the beauty. You can just fix your mistakes, right? Mistakes are okay. I'm making one last uh, little, I don't know what you want to call it, little piece there for my journal that's going to have the prompt word on it. And so you're going to see me create that. So this is like a little piece of decorative tissue paper that I think it's like a Tim Holtz decorative tissue paper. So I apply it. I just grabbed my Liquitex medium or gel medium to apply it there, and then writing my word Garner. The final stage, like just putting it on the page and making sure I like the way it all comes together and gluing it down. Um, I am hoping that you got some ideas watching this video, and I hope that maybe you found some inspiration and enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, and please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me on Instagram at Art and Affirmations for more art and love. Happy creating, everyone!